welcome to episode 21. I've been drinking too much. I'm already fucking up. But welcome to episode 21 of the Kings of the Village. Stephion and Paul are going to talk about the sex industry.
It's Phil.
What the fuck I call you?
What he drinking that clear.
Did I say
when
Paul?
he say Paul, he thinking about the Bible, y'all. Phil is in there too, though.
Stephion and Phil, we're talking sex workers and why you need to be kind to them. Why is the industry frowned upon? We're also talking about HBCUs and is it an old, outdated, antiquated system? Is HBCUs racist? Can y'all let the white people in? And we're talking about the wealth gap, y'all, between whites and blacks. Did you know white people earn almost 8 times the amount of their black counterparts? The Kings of the Village is live, and it's next with Phil and Stephion.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king.
Welcome into episode 21 of the Kings of the Village. Stephion and Phil are going to guide you through these Kings conversations. We welcome you in anytime live on Spreaker.com, and we're also on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook. And you can always check us out and stream and download us on... What are our sites? We're on SoundCloud, iHeart, Google Podcasts. I was like, what is happening?
Listen, we in here just politicking, having a good time, man. Welcome.
You listen, I'm nothing without my script.
Welcome.
This is my first show without a real script, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Welcome.
And I got my college white boy drink in my system, too.
But see, they love it because they can see it's raw. They don't want the script.
So Phil has told me that he's going to make sure we go live. So all the people who want to see how good we are, this is like King at his finest. We got 2 brothers in the building. Like, we just trying to work. We working for y'all. Like, we do stuff other than this. Like, Phil's got like 47 businesses. Like, he's the true black man.
Come on.
And I also work in corporate America for a living. But I'm trying to be about like Phil. Like, I don't want to work for nobody else. So Phil is a real inspiration. He don't know that. Like, he think he just a nigga out here doing it. But he doesn't know he inspires me. And the one thing I do like about Phil is when he say he going to do something, he does it. So for those who didn't hear the first episode of
go
Phil,
tap in. You got to tap in.
Yeah.
Episode 20, it was not a dub.
Exactly. And that was Phil's first episode, so y'all need to check that out. Even his mama got involved. Yeah. I won't tell you what she said.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Shout out to Mama, but she did confirm that she does.
We had Mom Dukes. Everybody tapped in.
She does wear makeup, Phil.
Yeah,
I just want you to know that, my nigga. She
said, but it was so natural, I didn't even know.
See, that's a grown woman for you.
Yeah, I respect.
Not everybody needs to look like Tamar Braxton. Like a Muppet.
See, I'm not going to cap. It might have been a little eyeshadow. You might have been.
Your mama wore makeup.
She didn't wear foundation.
Mama,
she can quote me on that.
Can you text Phil right now?
She can call in.
Call 317. Let me give you the number, Mama. 317. I'm going to give you the number to the studio board. 317-938-95 is the number. Call us right now. We're gonna put you on air, Mama, if you dare to get jiggy with us.
she ain't fucking with it.
She ain't get on air with us. You know my mother did.
Who knows? I'm not gonna put nothing past her.
Let me have it right here so I make sure I don't miss anything.
She's the original OG.
I brought my mother on and it got crazy.
Say the number one time just in case somebody was trying to write it down.
317 area code 938-9520. Call us now if you want to talk about Phil's mama wearing makeup.
Nah, only Mom Dukes can talk about my mama.
They might have nice stuff to say about it.
Nah, but they can tap in on other topics. We're going to have a lot to talk about.
Well,
but just for their sake, we should only let my mother talk about my mother because that might cause, you might have to answer to me later. So let's just keep it. Let's keep
talk
it
about
G.
my mama then.
All right.
Phil, you always want to fight people.
I never threatened anybody in my life.
Oh my God.
But my mama is my mama, man. That's Mom Dukes. We do it for her.
I'm about to put an ad out for a white host because I'm scared. But let's get into it. What I didn't talk about at the top of the show, we're going to be talking about the fakeness of it all. And that's how we got into the topic of makeup last episodes, all jokes aside. So, Phil, I want to know, in your opinion, because I don't think this is just a woman's issue. We were joking about makeup and all that, but brothers, they do a lot of manscaping straight and in the gay community. And why do we spend so much, and I think I know the answer, but I'd love to hear from your perspective as a straight dude. Why do we spend so much time on the Instagram filters and holding our stomachs in and wearing these new waist trainers? Like now, it's on dudes are wearing them too. It ain't just women. I thought it was just chicks wearing them, but now I see dudes wearing them at work.
You see straight dudes?
Yeah, I'm talking about these are men, like whole niggas wearing them.
Okay.
Like they be out. You know the dudes that sell like Newports on the ice cream truck? They're like, hey bro, I got 2 for $1. I'm like, what you got on a waist trainer? Everybody's working hard. Is it improvement or is it fake? Is makeup an improvement, an enhancement, or is it fake?
So waist trainer, it's not fair to assume that a waist trainer is being fake. Because I don't think, unless the chicks that wear the waist trainers that they step into, like a bodysuit, and it keeps them tight at the club, I think that's fake. Because then they take the bull home, and then it all comes out when they,
looking like Oprah.
Right, so I think if somebody just has on a real waist trainer, I think they're trying to improve themselves. They may have some little gel under there, some little saran wrap. They may be getting their sweat in. They may do 10,000 steps a day, and having that waist trainer on helps them. You know what I mean? I was talking to somebody the other day that said now that they wear masks all the time, they've been wearing teeth whitening strips every day. They said once in a while they got a little charcoal thing on because nobody can tell. So I think if somebody's doing something that's under their clothes to improve themselves, that's fine. I can't judge them for that. But the whole makeup thing, like I said, if a woman is doing something for herself, then by all means do it. There's a lot of ladies out there. I saw a post on Snapchat last week that the chick was saying it's nothing like having your eyebrows done, nails done, hair done.
That's right.
She didn't mention makeup, but she said toes done. And she said, and she'll do it for herself just to sit at home and watch movies and drink wine, right? So if that's your energy, that's lit. But to do stuff for a nigga, I believe you gotta allow somebody to love you at your worst before they can love you at your best. So I don't think you can grab them like that.
I hear you.
So some of it is fake. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. We know that. Some of it is fake. But, we can't knock them either, though. The girl that's getting dolled up to go to the club to get the fly nigga, maybe she's doing that because her last nigga was whack. And maybe she got a spruce. That's for the niggas to tap in, right? We know all them niggas from high school that you ain't talk to no more. They all tapping in. So, that is fake. Is putting on makeup fake? I don't know. What if she, right? Because I said I didn't like makeup because my mom didn't wear it. My mother corrected me, but she still understood where I was coming from. And so maybe a girl wears it because that's the example she had. Maybe her mother did wear it, or maybe her sister wore it or something. So I don't know. I don't think people should try to be not themselves.
So let's dig deeper, because I think it's something deeper sometimes. I think some women do it to be pretty and to feel pretty, but I think some people have some insecurities.
For sure.
They think there's some blemishes they want to cover up, or women know how to pencil it in to make their nose look smaller. So I think it's a lot more methodical than we think. I think sometimes it's not even for a dude. I think sometimes it's to say, I don't feel good unless I have this on. Some women won't go out of the house without lashes.
So what if you're just ugly? What should you do? You just live your life being just ugly?
No, you should get enhancements.
You think so?
But I don't
find somebody who loves you.
Nope, I don't agree. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you, when I go to the gym, I don't work out for health reasons. I work out so I can be sexy. I do it only for aesthetics. I don't give a fuck about, you'll live 8 more years and you'll keep your heart rate right and diabetes down.
You leave the gym and get drunk. So
right,
yeah.
All I care about is looking great.
Okay, that's fair, but you're honest with yourself.
I think 90% of the people feel that way.
I think some of the people aren't honest with themselves and they can't say that, and that's where the fakeness comes.
That's what my point is. So, are we being fake, or are we boosting our self-esteem? Is there a difference between fakeness or self-esteem to feel better, or just to pull a date? To pull the baddest dude in the club so you can be in the section, the VIP, for the ones who don't know what a section is. But the VIP, because if you come in there with more bounce to the ounce, and you got booty pads and hip pads in, a little nose, a little weight.
So you're not looking for a real man. You're not looking for a relationship.
Oh, come on.
You're looking for a good time, which is nothing wrong with it.
No, I don't agree with that.
How you gonna get a man with a fake booty? Because look, in the morning,
he don't know it's fake.
But look, in the morning, he's gonna slide up out of there and forget something because you look like gorilla, right? Because your lash, you got
his attention.
You got one lash. He's never gonna talk to you.
The ugly girl is not the ugly girl ain't getting to the VIP section. She's not getting Patrick Mahomes. She's not getting an NFL player.
Patrick Mahomes likes white girls. I think we're talking about black girls.
Well, this is okay. Well, I shouldn't even mention NFL and NBA because they all like white girls. Anyway, 90%. You can cuss me out later. Okay, we're talking about the dude in the back of the club.
Baller, the drug dealer.
He wants somebody to look good. He ain't gonna talk to Wooger Bear. He's not talking to Oprah.
He's gonna grab your ass so soon when you come up there that he's gonna know it's fake and you getting kicked out. And then you're embarrassed.
That's a whole nother thing. That's right. You can't grab booties.
Okay, well,
fellas, don't grab booties.
But listen, if you the man, if you the man in the section,
you grabbing ass. That's a fact.
I was that man.
That's a fact.
I'm not condoning that though.
That's a fact. No, that's a whole nother conversation about whether it's wrong or not. That's my pops.
Oh, so we're gonna
listen.
We taking this call right now.
Listen.
Kings of the Village. Who we got with us? Who's on the phone? Hold on. Why can't we hear him?
Hold on. We're having technical difficulties.
Okay, no, it ain't technical. Who's on the line? Who is this?
It's Phil's dad, baby.
This is
Pops. Lord.
This is Pops.
Pops, who are you? Introduce yourself and where you from.
We gotta put an explicit rating before he.
It's already on there.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Pops, welcome to the show. I'm Stephion. You already know Phil. Tell the people because we're all across the globe. Who are you and where you live and where you from?
Man, I'm from Philly. I live in North Carolina. I'm Phil's dad. Very proud of him. He's a go-getter. Always coming up with new concepts, new ideas. Never really sitting still. Don't settle for less. You know, he's a money maker.
So Phil's dad, what brought you to call us?
Let's call him James. Or
Mr.
Pops. We can call him
James.
Pops. Let's call him Pops.
All right, Pops. Pops, what you calling in for? What have you heard?
Jesus.
And how do you? I want to know first of all before you tell us how great he is.
Help.
What do you think about the makeup, the booty pads? What you think about the fakeness?
Well, I was listening to what y'all was saying on the live podcast. I think there's a total difference. First of all, when you're doing something to better yourself, you really don't look for the approval or satisfaction of others. But when you go to the extent of all the makeup, the fake push-up bras, the butt pads, it's totally for the acceptance of other people. Because let's be honest, people push beauty. And if you don't think a person thinks you're attractive, you don't think that you're going to get no attention. So you go through the extremes to make sure somebody notices you, like the push-up bras with the titties just overflowing out the outfit.
Right, because people been wearing push-up bras. What's up, Pops, first of all? But chicks been wearing push-up bras for many moons. I guess that's another form. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was the cheaper way too. I want to go back to what Pop said when he first called in. People are doing it not for the approval of others, and I think Pops that may have been a thing. I think that dynamic has since changed. I think we have and not all, so I don't want anybody to take it as all because it's never all of anything. But I think a lot of people do it for, like he said, the drug dealers, for attention because they're gold diggers. They want to look great. But I do think not only for aesthetics, I do think some people just do it, like Pop said, to feel good about themselves, to give themselves, like I was alluding to, that self-esteem. Like me, I work out so I can feel better about myself, so I can get a date. So I can, have somebody. I don't want to look like the only fat kid in camp. So I think that is real, that some people do it for themselves. But I think it's a lot of people, like Phil was saying, to get in that section, to get somebody's attention. Because if you walk in the door and you looking like Oprah versus, I don't know, Stacey Dash or versus whoever's thick right now. Who's popping?
Megan.
Megan, okay. She is showing all her goodies.
Yeah.
And Beyonce does it too. And she's a mother of three. So I think people do it for the shock value sometimes. They do it for the attention, for whatever reason. But I don't know if it's necessarily always fake, but I think there are a lot of fake things out there. Like, do women really need 18-inch lashes? Do men need...
But it's trends, though. It's who you trying to get. Because if we're going to go back to the drug dealer in the club, she's trying to get him because he's here for a good time, not a long time.
Okay.
Right? She's just trying to have fun. And she understands that once all this comes off, or once he really sees through me, he never wanted to really be with me anyways.
Okay, so let's talk about this, because I know it's going to be some women that lose their mind. I can talk about
to have more people calling in.
No, I'm good with that.
Horrible idea.
All right, Pops, listen to this. Listen, no, I know Pops gets this. Pops, listen to this, bro. Sir, okay, what about all the men who are fake with their fake Gucci stuff on, their fake watches, their fake Rolex, their fake, what are the shoes, the dress shoes that men wear, the Stacey Adams? What about all the fake stuff men wear, and then they get a woman and they got a 300 credit score, they don't have the house they say, their car is borrowed. Pops, what do you say to the fellas who are frauds?
Like I said before, people are taught that image is everything. You got people that drive Cadillacs that can't afford to fix them. Oh. Nowadays, Stacey Adams is old shit. You know what I mean?
Tell them it's red bottoms. It's red, but tell them, Pops. Tell them, Pops. Tell them.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about what the OGs are still wearing. I don't wear none.
You could get a Stacy. You get a pair of Stacy's for $89 on sale. We're not talking about Stacy's. It's red bottoms.
Man, you could go out. You could go out and see a dude that got the gold plated shit on.
Right.
Really ain't real.
Fake jewelry is really right. What you said.
Yeah, I mean it's gold plated. Then they got the red bottoms. They got all this shit right. And they riding with somebody else, and they live in their mom's basement.
Hello. And that's at any age. So, Pop, here's the question of the day of why we brought it up. Why do you think people spend so much time on being a fraud? What does it do? Is it self-esteem, though, or is it to get a date and get married and bring somebody else in? Is it loneliness? Because I got a follow-up question for you after that, Pop.
Listen, I think, first of all, everybody wants to be accepted. You know, you look at the librarian opposed to the chick with the push-up bra and the butt pad. Who gets the most attention? But you know, the librarian, when she take her shit off, could have a banging ass body. She's just not showing it.
Exactly.
So it's all about acceptance. You know, when you have the people that go through the extremes to be noticed, you know, there's some people that put on some shit and you just turn heads like, damn. So when you go through the extreme to put some stuff on to be noticed, it could be acceptance or it could be low self-esteem. Because if you really come out with all those additional things gone, who's really going to look at you?
But let me say, too, there's a difference between a chick that does something to be fake and a chick who keeps herself up, right? A chick who always is busting, whatever that means, whether her hair is always done. It could be in a natural style. It's not that she's always wearing weave, but she always keeps her hair done. That's a lady who keeps herself up. She always keeps her nails done. That's a lady who keeps herself up. I mean, fuck makeup. She always keeps her face clean. She always, she takes care of herself.
That's right.
I think that's a bad bitch. Right. So I think there's no problem with that, but there's a fine line when it becomes where somebody does things that's not themselves, things that they can't keep up with. I think that's when it becomes fake. And I think butt pads are that. I hate that I feel like the correlation between butt pads and a push-up bra are similar, but I understand why people may think that. And it's a kind of a generational thing, I guess, because when I really think about it, okay, I mean, it kind of is the same, but I still don't feel like it is.
I don't think it is because the push-up. Go ahead, Pops.
Let me throw this in there so we clear the record. When Phil's mom was with me, she never wore makeup.
Stop.
Oh my God! We about to be fired and arrested.
We're about to have technical difficulties. Your phone is about to get cut off. You know that's not what I'm trying to do.
I'm not in that part of the conversation.
You know that he know better, but so Mom Dukes did clear it up that she wore light makeup, and it was so natural that me as a kid growing up with her, I never saw it because I looked at her daily. We grew up in a house. It was one bathroom. I grew up with a woman. We shared the bathroom, so I saw her daily get dressed from the time I was a little baby up until, I really opened the shop, so probably from a baby to about 16, I saw it daily. And so she did correct me after we had our last episode, but she didn't wear foundation, and she did take me that back because I said, I know she didn't. And so she said,
my mother didn't either.
She said, I can't quote her on that. So I think a little bit of eyeshadow. Do I consider eyeshadow makeup? Clearly I don't. Because the little chicks that wear,
it's an enhancement.
It is.
I wouldn't call it makeup, but it's an enhancement.
It is.
Let me ask y'all this, because y'all, okay, straight fellas. And I got two questions. Okay, you meet a woman or you meet a dude, ladies, and his conversation is trash, but he looks great. She looks great. She got on the best of everything, but she can't talk about shit. Do you deal with her because she looks beautiful?
You're not looking for anything long term.
But what if you are? What if you say, I want this trophy to take to church with me to events because she looks great?
If you cannot connect on anything other than sexual, you're not looking for long term.
But couldn't a connection and sex be great?
What connection?
I think you can have a long-term relationship.
If the person can't talk, listen, if you're an introvert and they're an introvert too, maybe it works. But if you're someone who likes to have dialogue, who likes to be able to talk, who expects someone to even say what the fuck they want to eat at the restaurant, right? If you got somebody
But what if they had a good time? What if they fun in the club, they popping off, they bring the energy, but what if they just don't have a lot of upstairs?
Then you just hang with them, but you can't marry that person.
I don't believe that. I've seen the beautiful women at NFL games. They're beautiful women, but they don't know how to speak.
And all those men cheat.
But they can tell you what the best Gucci bag is coming out.
All those men cheat.
Pops, what do you say? Pops, can you date beauty over books?
not necessarily. And I think one thing that's not probably always done, sometimes you can teach a person. You know what I mean? It's just like having a great sexual relationship because you have great communication with the person that you're with. So you're able to tell them what they need to do. They're able to tell you what they like. So communication's always a plus. But I think that you can teach a person some things. A person doesn't have to always come in a relationship with all the common knowledge and all the experience. I think you can teach a person and better that person to be able to be the person that you want them to be. You know what I mean? It's all about bettering each other.
I agree.
I
agree, but I got to cut you because there are certain things you can teach a person. I think you gotta preface that statement because if she dumb as a box of rocks,
oh boy,
you cannot teach that. You can't teach the bitch not being able to know pink between pink and fuchsia. And you don't have to know that. You don't have to know that, but to be stupid enough to act like you know, what you can do is teach. You can teach sexual things, right? If she with the shit, you can teach her all the things you like, and she can bust it down better than anybody you ever wanted to. So I agree that there are things that you can teach, but intellectual, like especially if we're speaking about people like us that like to talk, we're thinkers, we want to have this dialogue. You cannot teach that. I cannot teach you the things that you should have learned when you were 10. I can't teach you those social skills. I'm never going to be able to teach you that. So I agree, but I disagree wholeheartedly on what we're talking about can be taught. I can teach you how to read a fine dining menu. I can teach you how this is the salad fork. I can teach you how use less teeth. I can teach you how all of those things, right? Those things can be taught.
That's right.
But I can't teach you how to carry a conversation with me. I can't teach you how to look both ways when you cross the street.
But what about the men like grandfathers who worked back in the day who couldn't read or write, but they were good husbands, good providers? What if she can make the best food, take care of your kids, but she can't read past the 3rd grade level?
But I bet you they had more than a sexual connection too. They were grinders. They were gritters.
They worked and they understood.
They were savages. Those were the original gangsters,
right?
Because they had real wars to battle. These cops killing us, like every person they saw could have killed them. We know who's after us.
Yeah.
They didn't know. We're talking about like our old folks, the old generations who had 8, 9, 10, 11 kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That don't happen no more.
Right.
They were gangsters.
Yeah, because my aunt and uncle who helped raise me didn't go past the 6th or 7th grade. But they stayed together 42 years.
But we couldn't, but we were still thinkers.
So you can be with somebody.
No, you cannot use that. No, you're cheating.
I don't agree.
You're fucking cheating. You cannot use because they weren't allowed to graduate. Now the bitch who had the great opportunity, we're supposed to be cool with her because she wanted to be a flunky and got pregnant in 10th grade.
She might make steak. Suck your dick good. She's a good wife. She can be a good mom.
I can cook steak too, and she can't be a good wife and a good mom if she has no intellectual. She's not going to raise my children the way they need to be raised.
Wow, Phil, that's dangerous. No. Pops, any other words of that? Because Pops, I got another topic for you.
Let me give you this one. If they can teach a motherfucking monkey to go to the moon, you can teach anybody anything.
Thank you, Pops, for having my butt.
My mom, and the other point, my mom had a 3rd grade education.
Hey, God bless Pearl. Hey,
she got up at 5
no
o'clock
choice
every morning and went to school. Let me finish. She got up at 5 o'clock every morning, went to work. Every year, she had a brand new car. It was 6 of us. We never went hungry. The house was always clean.
And she was a gangster.
You have some people that are just go-getters. And of course, you can't teach a person street smarts. That's something that you have to actually live. You can't get that out of a book. Yeah. But I think there are some things that you can add or enhance to a person's life to make them a better person so you're more compatible with them.
Thank you, Pops. Pops, you got time for one more topic? I think you're going to like this one, Pops.
This nigga got all day. He's loving this.
Good.
I ain't got all day.
He's loving this. He is loving this.
I got something on the way. Give me one more. I'll give it to you.
All right, one more. So if you just now joined us, thanks for joining us on Spreaker.com live. You can also be part of the conversation anytime on SoundCloud and Apple and Google Podcasts and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You can always join us. We're with Phil's Pops, who is in North Carolina now, right now?
Carolina,
He's in North Carolina.
From Philly. My whole family, my pop's side of Philly.
That's why y'all so hard and
West
crazy.
Philly. Nah, it's not it. Nobody's hard.
Are you aggressive? We'll talk about that another time. Phil is aggressive. He is a grinder. Anyway, Pops. So, Pops, here's something I want you to talk about because I think you understand like I understand. Pops, there is a generational gap between whites and blacks, and there has been forever, since the beginning of HR and payroll checks. And in 2020, right now, they are still at 8 to 1 ratio with blacks and whites. Pops, why are we not getting paid as much as our white counterparts? What is happening, and why have they been able to get away with it so long, Pops?
Well, that's because all that starts in the home. So it's okay for the white person to play with the black kid, but it's not okay for the black kid to have the same thing as the white person. We've never been considered as equals. White people have always thought that they were above or better than us, and they accept us to a certain point, but they put limits on us. It's nice to be able to work with a black person and know a black person, but do you really want that black person to be able? So it all starts in the home. And because the kids in the home are taught that they are better than us or more, they grow up with a better than attitude, and they might accept it, but it comes with limitations. It comes with, there's a stopping point. You know what I mean? It's just like when Phil was talking about how police are killing us. Police have always been killing us.
Right.
And it hasn't changed because what happens is we focus on it for a little bit of time. Somebody gets a lot of money and you don't hear about it anymore, and it goes back in the rear. But I think what people need to realize more than anything else, that cops are not supermen. Them motherfuckers are scared just like everybody else. That's why the first thing they go for is their gun when they walk to their car, because they don't know what they're walking up on.
What you said.
That gun, that badge, and that vest doesn't make them any different than who we are. So there's a lot of fear with them, and they're already intimidated by us as individuals anyway.
Right. So we're allowed to be systematically oppressed because listen to this number, Pops. It says 25% of black households have zero to negative net worth. That means they have negative dollars in their accounts. And only 10% of white families are that poor. And for every $100 a white family makes, we only make $5. So they have $100 in their account and we have $5.04 on the average. How in the world, Phil, could that be in 2020? Why are we still, and I got my own answers, because we don't get the promotions, we don't get the advancements, we don't even come in. Say I start working at Dairy Queen. Johnny's going to make $8 an hour and I'll get $6.50. It has always been that way. We don't know because you can't talk about your income. And like your pops was alluding to, I think black people are made to just be happy. You better be happy you got that job, girl. Don't you question the boss. You better take that job in the cotton field plant. And if you get on at 40,
it's just a slave mentality.
It is, but I'm saying in 2020, we are still oppressed people.
But it's to show that 2020 don't mean shit.
It does not.
Everybody thinks that because there's been so much time that slavery was abolished, things are supposed to be different. And your statement right there proves that it's not.
We know it's not. We still live in Jim Crow era, to me.
Yeah.
Because it's just not fair.
I mean, right now they're trying to flatter us by taking down Confederate statues. They said, what was that, Tennessee or Kentucky? They said there was a grand KKK Grand Wizard statue. I think it was in Tennessee, outside of like a Capitol building. There was a Grand Wizard statue, and they're trying to advertise how they took the statue down. Right. Nigga, why was it still there? Why are all
the statues still there?
Let me give you two different comments, and I'll go. And this is going to be enough to keep the show up.
All right.
The first one is the mindset of white people and black people are not the same. White people are investors, right? You have very few black people that invest. They take chances with their money. They save their money. They invest their money, and they get the profits from it. The other thing is it's normal and it's expected for a white person to go to school, graduate high school, go to college, graduate college, meet somebody, get married, the house, and the picket fence. But it's an accomplishment for a black person to achieve those very same things. The mindset is totally different. It should be natural for a black person to go to school, get an education, go to college, get a great job. You know, listen, they can take a lot of things from black people, but they can't take experience and they can't take knowledge. So an education is something that you'll never be able to take from somebody.
It's the opportunity too, though. It's the opportunity to get that education. It's the opportunity to start that business. Look at 10 years. Look at how the joke now is how the Arabs own every 7-Eleven. That was government money. But the other problem, if we really gonna dive into it, is niggas don't listen and niggas don't do shit. So that money was available to a lot of people. It was not available to us as equally as the foreigners were able to get it, but it wasn't like it wasn't available.
But if nobody's educating us where to find it, how do we find it?
Well, how the fuck did they find it?
Because it's given to them when they get visas to come over here, and we don't.
Okay, that's fair.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
And you know what also they do? They invest in each other. When I lived in Dallas, I lived in Dallas for 20 years. You'll have every Mexican in the city in the check cashing place sending half of what they made that day back home.
You ain't lying.
Well, what?
They invest in each other.
So, Phil, how come we don't invest in each other? Like, when listen, Pops, before I know you got to go because you got stuff on the way. But when I first met Phil, he didn't even know me, and we talked, and he said, I got this and this and this for you. He was then investing in this show immediately.
That part.
And then I found him, and I said, okay, what I got to do for you? But I don't think there's enough of that in the black community, like you said. I think we got to take care of ourselves. Like the Mexicans will live 25 deep to make sure they can save up for whatever they got to save up for.
We got to get it out the mud the way we always have. That's why we are the kings of the village. We set the example.
That's exactly.
So we have to advertise our example without showing off. When niggas show shit, it's usually to show off. We have to continue to be the kings of the village set the example. And you gotta preach your story about how Phil was legit and came in and tapped in, and it was never about money for either of us. It was about supporting. It was about let's rock. It was about, I see you a real nigga. You seen I was. Let's rock. Let's do what we can. Let's make something happen. But everybody don't have that energy. There's only one Phil. There's only one. You know, it's not. You can't expect that from other people.
Yeah, but I'd like to, because other cultures do it all the time. Asians take care of each other.
That don't mean we wrong. We just fucked up. This is generational. We fucked up. I'm not gonna say we're fucked up.
So
we're not wrong. So what's the change? I don't know. We need another fucking caller. So I don't know what's the change. I don't know how to change it. What he's saying is right though. The Mexicans are like that.
Yeah.
But we feel more comfortable in America, like we're really a part of it, and we don't have that feeling of like the niggas that's in the check cash and shit. They illegal. They know they're in America. They came to America to make as much as they could.
Yeah.
And they can live off of half of that salary. They break their backs every day and help build this country the same way that we did hundreds and hundreds of years ago. We built it before, but they are now building the infrastructure now. They are who clean our rooms, clean the toilets. They do all the shit jobs that we used to.
Right.
So we have come up. But, you know, we didn't have anywhere to send it back to. They killed there. They took all of, it's different. It's not fair to compare apples to oranges.
You know what I don't like, Phil and Pops, is that all the gas stations are owned by somebody from a different culture, and they never give back to our communities. Yet we still fuck with them. We still buy all their stuff.
Because that's even when you were talking about the buy black. What the fuck are we supposed to do? Like even if you tell me I wasn't supposed to go to the Chinaman on Tuesday, I was supposed to cook. Say I didn't have any food in my house. I was supposed to go to the store, right?
I
go to Price Chopper. That's owned by a white family.
The family.
Constantino's. I'll go to Constantino's. So am I buying black if I just go cook in my house?
No.
So then what am I supposed to do?
That's what we got to figure out. Go ahead, Pops.
How many people you think that are aware that there are black pages out there instead of yellow pages?
About 10%, especially in this generation.
But why aren't people talking about it? Or that's what we need to do. We got to drive this.
I'm going to tell you why, and then Pops, just hang up anytime you feel like it. You know why? Because Gucci, Prada are popular. Nobody wants to buy some black hoodie like I did. Like, bro, what is that? It didn't have a popular brand on it, so I got clowned for buying a black outfit. It was $200, but a black dude made this sweatsuit. But my homeboy that wore Gucci, he was praised.
Yeah, we got people. Yeah, we got
peer pressure.
Shout out to cousin. I got Radmir on Facebook, Reckless and Defiant. We got fly shit out there. Yeah, we got fly shit. As I said, I am a part of Black initiatives and buy black. But I also want to be on the buy the block, because if we want to talk about why there ain't no gas stations, we got to start with one, and then we all know the one to go to. And then we got to start with two. We got to multiply the same way they did. I remember when the first Arab had a store. And now they got all of them.
You know what? Here's the thing. We already know they're not going to give it to us, so we got a partnership and get with somebody who has it, like they started BET with Bob Johnson. He said, I can't wait on nobody to give me money. I need to find some investors. So because the government is not going to approve us, because they're going to find a reason not to. Either our credit ain't right, or you don't live in the right neighborhood, or if you was on your job one more year longer, I'll give you this money. Phil, we got to do it ourselves. Just like this show, just like what your pops is saying.
I mean, I know how to, but we got to teach people if they're willing, if they're receptive to learning, because we can talk about it till we're black and blue. At least it's recorded and they can go listen to it years later.
That's right.
But if they're not receptive to doing it, it takes hard work and dedication.
So, Pops, before you go, I got one more question. Can me, Phil, and my crew move in with you to save money? We're all moving to North Carolina. Phil, you're going to bring your people and I'm going to bring mine. We're going to live 18 deep. Pop, you ready for us?
Do it. You can put 18 Mexicans in one house, but you put 10 black people in one house and it's a drug house.
Yeah.
Nope, we got to do. Nope.
He's even talking about perception.
I know it, but we're going to change that narrative.
How?
We're going to do it.
Racism is deep.
It is, but we're going to change the narrative. So we're on our way to North Carolina.
Come on down, because you know what? If there's that many of us in one house, we're going to be able to come up with an idea and a concept and start a business and be able to get something. Phil didn't get that mentality that he got about being an entrepreneur by himself. I've been one all my entire life when I realized that I was never going to be equal or equivalent to the person that I was working for.
So where you think I got it from? You think it's just genetics is what you're saying?
Genetics, it has to be genetics.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I believe in genetics heavily, so I think it's in us. It's in all of us. That's what we be telling little bro. Like, it's in us. You got it. You got the juice. You just got to tap into it.
Before I go, listen, at the end of the day, we have to have a mentality as black people to support each other. Instead of seeing a person ride down the street with something nice and think about how you can fucking rob him and take it away, we need to start thinking about what did he do to be able to get to that point to where he is. And as long as we continue to have the crab in the barrel mentality, we'll always be under the white man's thumb and we'll never be able to rise and get above. We have to support each other. Listen, you can go on the internet and look up, get the black pages, support black businesses,
Amen.
Support black shows like this. If we continue to support each other, then we can get to the point where nobody can stop us. They're already afraid of us. They're already intimidated by us. So we have to learn. Listen, they're talking about cops killing us. We've been killing us for a long fucking time. How many people do you see raising signs, going out marching in the street when black people are killing black people? We got to stop killing ourselves first before we can start going out here making a whole bunch of noise. That's why these motherfuckers are killing us the way they are.
I disagree. But I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem having the conversation about black on black violence. I'm just not going to have it with the white man who brings it up as an excuse about why he killed my brother.
Right, like Candace Owens or something. Yeah. Right.
So me and you, we all of us that are on this line, we can have a detailed conversation about black on black violence. But usually when it's brought up, it's as a justification from the white man. And that we're not going to have a conversation about black on black violence.
Exactly.
That's a message.
Exactly. It's a justification. So we got to get better, man, with healing each other, supporting each other, and instead of fighting each other, working with each other. And if we can do that, then we can get a long way. I'll support your show. Thanks for having my son on.
Thank you,
I appreciate the opportunity. I love what you're doing.
That's a bet.
Stay up. One.
All right, Pops.
Neighborhood.
Pops from North Carolina.
Hey, he tapped in. He couldn't wait to do that. You hear me?
We appreciate him joining in from
North
North
he couldn't
Carolina.
wait to do that.
All right. right, Phil, on the other side of the break, on the Kings of the Village, we are going to talk about HBCUs and for those who don't know, those are black historical colleges.
Yeah.
Are they racist and are they relevant in 2020? Back in a moment on Kings of the Village. And we're back with Phil on Kings of the Village, and I am Stephion. You can be a part of the conversation anytime on Spreaker.com. You can support us. Phil just made some masks. We're going to have some merch online. We're going to get that up. We already got coffee mugs, mouse pads.
Mookie's Creations on Facebook. MOOKIES. Mookie's Creations on Facebook. Tap in. She going to get you right.
If y'all don't damn it support Mookie, is it Mookie's Creations?
Mookie's Creations. I think it might be Mookie's Sassy Creations or Mookie's Creations.
Sassy.
I'm gonna put it on the Facebook page.
I'm gonna guess she's a girl. She's a black woman.
That's my wife.
Mookie's your wife?
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Mookie for I don't know how many years.
Yeah, but so Mookie was actually derived from it was one of two places. It was either
shout out to your wife.
It was either it was Mookie Betts, that was a baseball player, because I gave it a nickname many moons ago.
What is Mookie's?
It was either Mookie, so the name Mookie was a nickname, right? So
okay.
The name Mookie, she asked me where I came up with it from, and I was like, I don't know. This was many moons ago. So it was either Mookie Betts was a baseball player, or it was Mookie from the Spike Lee joint, Do the Right Thing.
That's right.
It was a movie I used to want to watch as a kid. I think my mom had it on tape. She didn't want me to watch it.
VHS.
But, every time I could, I'm trying to catch 10 minutes, and I caught 10 minutes 10 times.
That's why your ass is so bad now.
Nah, I was good until about 13.
Yeah.
I was good until about 13. But so yeah, that's it's always up there with her. She always gonna be tapped in. It's always, regardless of what's going on, that's always gonna be the homie.
Let me say this to you, because I grew up without any father figure in my life, right? So I looked at some other men. Shout out to you for having both your mom and dad support you and be a part of your first show with us. And
so Mom Dukes is the absolute rider. Mm-hmm. I without disrespecting anybody, to be a clear difference, because Mom Dukes is the rider, and that's what it is. That's why I am what I am. Pops has been around. You know what I mean? And me and him have a great relation. We're trying to have a great relationship, but we have a great friendship. Yeah. And so, that's my nigga. Yeah. We shoot the shit. I talk to him multiple times a day. We try to tap in my little brother, and we like to video chat. We all believe strongly in family. And like I said, no disrespect to anybody, but there has to be a clear difference when it comes to, Mom Dukes and Pops. Mom Dukes she's the gangster, she's the soldier, she's why I'm here.
Ain't that the reason for most black mothers, even if you have a 2-parent home, I always see the moms, they up the PTA meetings when I used to teach, like they show up. Like moms are there.
Doubt. But she had no choice. She had to. She was doing it on her own. She had to. She would, worked a professional job, still works it now, heavily tasking, and but still, was able to do enough for me to be the person that I am. And I got a lot from other places as well. But yeah, shouts to fucking Mom Dukes. Hey, you know what it is when I'm coming.
From Kings of the Village at yahoo.com, we have a question for Phil, the new host. Yeah. They want to know what inspires you. Why are you so passionate about being an entrepreneur in the black community?
I'm like, I feel like a cat. I'm living my second life. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have 9. But I was blessed in 2010 to have a second chance on life, and I didn't want to, misuse that. I wanted to be the person that I was supposed to be, not the person that I was. And so that's why I'm passionate. I have a pure passion just to be the family man, to be right, to be good, and so you feel like there's some aggression sometimes. Other people feel like there's some gangster tendencies, all the other stuff. My daddy was a gangster. And so as we talk about genes and other things, I think those things are real. Those things flow because I am a spitting image of him, but didn't spend a lot of time with him. But I am a spitting image of him. And it's no diss to my mom. It's not like I'm not like her too. Like, some of as articulate as I am and other things that came from my mom. But those are direct influences. When we talk about like other things, like I look like the man, I talk like him, things that I do, things that I've done. It's almost crazy that it's almost more similarities with my pops. And maybe it's because we're both males and you can identify more of them easier. I think that's what it is. Because there's no way that I can think that I don't have more similarities with my mom than with my pops. But,
that's where my passion just comes from, is just wanting to do right. It's a pure desire of just wanting to be the best version of me, because I wasn't that. But like I tell my little brother all the time, we are great. So I can be a really good bad guy or a really good guy. And I chose to be a good guy.
Samantha from Nevada wants to know. She said, first of all, you have an amazing voice and welcome to the show.
I appreciate it.
She wants to know, how hard is it to be a black entrepreneur in today's world? And where do you get started?
I mean, it's as hard as you make it, right? You can't be complaining. That's the first thing you have to understand, whether Samantha's white or black. Honestly, Samantha, I'm assuming she's Caucasian. She's probably, right, but no diss to her. But you got to stop complaining. We got to stop talking about how we didn't have handouts, how things is harder. You got to go kick the door down. So find something that you're passionate about, and it becomes easier. But instead of taking that money, like instead of going out to eat, you know, find that recipe online, find the boy that you like, get you a glass of wine, cook with him. Even if it's nasty, next time it's going to be great, because you're going to know this was too salty, this was too sweet. You know, cook that food at home, fill that refrigerator up when you got that bread. Don't go out for a month and take that $50 every single week that you would have spent. Take that $200 and invest it in something. And when you make $400, keep $100, but take $300 and invest. So every single time, go invest more. And I don't care if everybody's selling lashes. Buy enough lashes that you can sell them cheaper than everybody else.
That's right.
You know, my thing is, I don't have to be competitive with my pricing when I sell, because, you know, I wholesale a lot of electronics and stuff. I don't have to be competitive with my pricing because I'm already beating everybody.
Right.
So I go with the you know, my model is, if I paid $1 for it, I'm gonna sell it for $2. And just stick with that. Stick with your guns. Pay attention. As much as people are on Instagram, when you're on Instagram, follow the trends, because I'm sure people that are listening, they can think about months ago, you started seeing all the girls wearing the furry slides and the furry slippers, and now you still see people buying them today. But when you see that trend come around, have that money in your bank account, contact that supplier and buy 500 of them, and don't be scared.
My man.
And that is what's going to take you. And then all of a sudden, now everybody comes to you for slippers, and find out what else those people buy. I mean, I don't care. I sell Taser mace sets. I sell speakers. I was selling scarves.
Wow.
I was selling power packs to charge your phone. I don't care what it is, but make sure you sell something that people actually want. Don't buy 500 of something that people don't want. You know, my mom says I'm very risk tolerant, but it comes from a lot of knowledge. I mean, I started my first business at 12, 13 years old with my big cousin, and we had a shoe business. My email still now is Fits and Kicks, and that was fits, that was outfits and shoes. I used to sell shoes to my teachers. I probably should have had a C, but I got an A. You hear me? Wow. So, I mean, don't be scared. If you want to be an entrepreneur, it's easier to talk about than doing it. So if you want to do it, leave that. If you scared, go to church.
Okay.
Don't be fearful.
Well, I don't need to answer Mary Ann's question. She wanted to know if you were single, but you've already answered that, because you
I'm
married. Was your wife.
I'm married. I wear a ring daily, but I appreciate it. You don't even know what I look like. Why are you asking if I'm single?
They like the voice.
Don't do it,
yeah.
Mommy. This was a conversation we had earlier. Like, that ain't enough.
That's all I care about.
The booty pad ain't enough. You hear me? The voice ain't enough.
The voice will sometimes get you some calls.
I am difficult to deal with.
I would agree with that. I don't even know him.
You don't want these problems.
He's a problem. But if you're getting liquored up, he's nicer.
No, I'm liquored all the time. You got to be close to see me sober. You hear me? You're not gonna get close enough to see me sober.
Are you sober on Thanksgiving?
Sir, I'm not sober before 12.
Okay. We're getting to know Phil a little better. Here's the new co-host of Kings of the Village, Phil from KCMO.
Phil neighborhood.
Shooter Phil in the building. Gang, son. I forgot who gave you Shooter. Who was it that gave you that? Where were we?
It was the front office lady.
The front office lady.
Yeah, she said he looked like a shooter.
Yeah,
I said, damn.
He do.
And listen, if niggas know me, niggas know. Hey.
One more question I'll take. We got a lot of them from you, brother. But this is
Come on, read the questions.
No,
What you read one more? Let me read them.
HBCU.
We got time. They want the.
That's why I'm asking
This
you.
the mega episode. We got an hour and a half for y'all.
No, you got somewhere to be in 2 minutes. You just made a commitment at 9:30. You said, I'm gonna be there, shorty.
No, I don't.
Oh,
We good.
he got something to do.
We
He got to
good.
sell some more masks.
We good.
So I got a question. Jansen wants to know, in Nevada, is Kobe Bryant or LeBron James better for the Lakers? Who's the better?
Kobe's dead. R.I.P. Kobe. So I don't think we should even touch on that because it doesn't matter. But, you know, all his children, you know, R.I.P. That's a horrible thing. Right. You know, Mamba forever.
So let's ask you another question about sports. What is your sport? Is it basketball?
My favorite sport is boxing. But my favorite boxers were Mayweather and Andre Ward. SOG, son of God. I really liked Andre Ward. He retired undefeated. Mayweather retired undefeated. Andre Ward is now a commentator. There's been some boxing going back on. Last night was Thursday. There was also boxing on Tuesday on ESPN. So I'll make sure to tap in with that. There was some heavyweight fights last night. They were great. There were some amateur fights on Tuesday. They were great. So boxing is really my butter. I grew up watching baseball. I played baseball. I umpired baseball. I've gotten a lot of my black friends involved in the baseball. The year that the Royals won, I think in 2015, that year we were gigging like every weekend at the games. And we used to, if y'all want to know a secret, buy the nosebleed tickets and go to the bar. Go to the 360 bar and it's lit. So we were really turning up that year, and a lot of people that didn't know a thing about baseball came to love it and then felt a part of it when we won. You know, so that was lit. I enjoy football, but I'm not huge on it. Boxing is my favorite sport and has been for a long time.
Shout out to Mike Tyson. He bites ears.
Yeah, he got a nice podcast too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he got a nice podcast too. Shout out to Burner. He had shout out to Be Real. He got the podcast. Shout out to, I like the Drink Champs.
Everybody's working.
Yeah.
People working because they can't go nowhere.
Shout out to Gilly. Shout out to Gilly the Kid with his podcast, man. $1 million worth of game. Him and Wallow is really doing something. Wallow 26, I think it's 267. Don't quote me. But yeah, shout out to everybody making the movement. When we're trying to catch up, man, we on your heels.
TT in South Carolina, by the way of Kansas City. She's from here. I'm not from here, but she's from your neighborhood. I'm gonna get used to that. I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt.
Bet. I got them coming. Don't trip. Mookie Creations. You hear me?
She wants to know if she was to prepare a meal for you, what would it be? What would she need to cook you?
I'm not gonna have confidence that you can cook a steak the way I like it, so I would keep it simple and just I love some seafood.
You're so damn extra. Why can't you just say you like what you like?
I like it because I have trust issues. I can't help it.
Where does the trust issues come from?
Nigga, I can go to the fanciest restaurant. I can go to Gordon Ramsay's right now, order a steak the way I want to. That's $75, and they probably ain't gonna cook it the way I want.
No, that just means you picky. Like me, I'm picky. That don't mean I don't trust you.
I'm not gonna ask somebody to cook it because I know they're gonna fuck it up.
So what would you have TT
me to
cook?
Answer the question. Listen,
you gotta answer TT's question.
Okay.
What would she cook? It would be macaroni and cheese.
See, I don't know TT. So I'm gonna make it simple, right?
Macaroni is simple with 8 cheeses.
Nah, double lobster tail.
That ain't simple, and it's expensive.
I can give her the directions though. 8 minutes under the broiler. I can tell her how to do the butter spread. Double lobster tail, Caesar salad, maybe a little bit of bread on the side. I eat often, but not a lot, so I'll be cool with the double tail and the Caesar. And then give me some dark water and a regular water, and I'm good.
All right. Kevin, also from he's local, Kansas City.
Neighborhood.
Where was your best memories as a child growing up?
Damn, I remember I played this game. My best memories as a child was with my aunt. Hey, shout out to Auntie. She lived with us for a while.
Gang.
And my mom was so busy, single mother. She was so busy with everything. My auntie used to take me to the park. She used to let me get off the block, because shit probably till I jump off the porch. I was probably 12, 13. So yeah, shout out to Auntie Roz. She definitely locked in and helped me have a better childhood. That was my best memory for sure. Was my auntie living with us for a year or two, and it was good times.
All right. I think we know a little bit more about Phil. Thanks for all your questions. I didn't even know these were coming, but they start popping in. So we appreciate y'all asking them. You can always ask away at kingsofthevillage@yahoo.com. Phil, the newest co-host of Kings of the Village.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being a part of the conversations. Before we let you go, we got to talk about HBCUs. You know, I'm a college grad.
Yes.
A lot of people talking about race, black and white stuff, people on the Ain't Your Mama movement and all this other stuff. And Candace Owens and a few other conservatives and a few, quite frankly, HBCU graduates is HBCUs necessary? One, and in today's climate, are they racist? And so you want to go first? You want me to go first before we get
Let me tap in, because
I appreciate HBCUs, by the way.
So my baby, she's a freshman right now at Alabama A&M, and that school wasn't racist. I went down there before she was actually attending there, and it wasn't racist. There's plenty of, so I don't know what racist means. Like, it's inclusive, right? There's white people there. So is that what they're saying? Because the impression is that HBCUs only have black people.
But they're listed as historically black colleges.
They
Yale
are.
Doesn't say historically white colleges.
But we know it is.
It is, but it doesn't say it. It's not underlined like Florida A&M.
So they get upset because the name?
Well, it's a question. Are they racist or not?
No.
Are they necessary?
They're necessary.
And why then? Why do you think they're necessary?
Because, I mean,
I know why there was a need back in the day, but
so here's one answer. Because everything in this country is historically white.
Okay.
So education is what's going to get us equal. And the only thing that we have is really black, other than soul food restaurants, is fucking colleges.
And lashes.
No. I mean, we got soul food restaurants. We know that's black. It ain't a white person that's opened a soul food restaurant.
Right. And if they did, they got black cooks.
They closed.
Yeah.
So all we have is the fucking colleges. Like, let us live. We need more grants. We need more scholarships for the HBCUs.
Shout out to Netflix. They donated $120 million.
Shout out. I was sent you the story with the I don't want to dive too much, but they're talking about like the universal pay, the idea of it. They got a little pilot program going on. The owner of Twitter created a LLC, a different business. He gave away his plan is to put in $1 billion. So he was giving away $1 billion worth of shares from Square.
Wow.
And he's given that to different mayors. They have like Atlanta, they have Stockton, California, 15 different mayors from 15 different cities all on this coalition. And they're trying to entertain the idea of having a universal payment system. So it came built off of the stimulus, right? But it's like, regardless of your job, regardless of what's going on, each person gets a rack or each person gets whatever. And he's the person who kicked this off. So does a system like that work? No. But if we need change, we need these people to step up and do something. Maybe his system doesn't work, but maybe a genius can come in and find a way for it to work.
So let me give you some stats, because I don't think we're doing enough. I think, because I got another sports related question before I give you these stats on HBCUs. When I was teaching, I used to take middle school kids. I taught 4 years in middle school math and science before I got onto a bunch of other stuff. And we would go to all these historically black colleges, maybe, Fisk or, Florida A&M, and a whole host of Bethune-Cookman. I can name, Tuskegee. I could go on and on. Right now, there are 88 number of 4-year HBCUs. There are 220,536,000 students attending those 4 years universities, where the average in-state tuition is $11,000. I think that is extremely low comparative to other institutions. And it's only $15,000 average out-of-state tuition. And I think $220,000 is low. But I think, while I agree that HBCUs are necessarily because you get the black experience of being a Morehouse man, going to Clark, Atlanta, and a whole bunch of other places, I think it's time to open the doors for other experiences, other educators to grow this thing, to get more people involved. The acceptance rate is 41%. I think it's time to get acceptance rates of 80%. And I think other people need to understand our culture. Now, I wanted to stay historically black colleges and doing African American studies, but I think we need to let other cultures in or make them more aware. It's like gay black pride. I don't think we do a good enough job of letting all cultures in when we have something that is sometimes specifically designed for us. I get all the stuff of 1901 when Yale and Stanford and all these other colleges wouldn't let people of color in, or if they did, it was one every year. But I think it's time for HBCUs to up their game and open their doors. 1, for financial support. 2, for diversity training. And I wouldn't say they're racist, because I think there are things that are specific to the African American need that other places can't offer. So my question to you, Phil, being an athlete that you are, Why is it that over and over again, I think I know the answer to it, because I know it's all money and Hummers and Mercedes and Jaguars and all these other type of cars. But why do most athletes go to all these other Division I colleges like Duke or, somewhere else in Florida? Why are they not choosing Howard to play ball? They can play ball in Howard.
Yeah, how many?
That's what a Division I school. You can play ball in Howard. Okay, why are we not doing that?
So how many NFL players currently came from Howard?
But why is that not a thing? I know the answer is bad. Like the ratio is probably 0.2%. But why don't we have more athletes coming from black schools where 90% of the black people drafted in this year's draft are African Americans? Why are they not representing black schools?
Institutional racism.
Right. So then why are those black people not all flocking to black schools? Because people will follow the athlete.
But it's just like trying to ask everybody to buy black on one day. Some people are going to support it, but you risking your life.
But if all black people said, I'm going to Howard and play ball, that's where the money's going. People will follow those athletes if they just won and beat Duke and all these other places. I'm telling you, the money will go where the black athlete goes every single time.
It sounds good.
You're not buying into it.
Just like they wouldn't. They're still going to Alabama because that's what's going to get them in the league.
But you can get in the league if we all boycott and say, nope, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Florida A&M. I'm going to Bethune-Cookman. I'm going to Clark, Atlanta.
If you play football, you go to Alabama. If you play basketball,
but you can change that narrative.
Kentucky, yeah, but it's going to take 10 years.
It wouldn't if we all went. If I went to Fisk and all my homies went to Fisk University, if I went to Morgan State, if I went to Spelman, if I went to Tuskegee, if I went to Jackson State, if I went to, Claflin, if I went to those universities and me and my homeboys all went and we left Duke tomorrow and got off our contract, we're going to be black athletes in a black school. Has there anybody...
Not this year.
Yeah, but we got to look up field.
The people who do it this year, they're going to be the sacrificial lambs.
That's right.
And so you're asking people to be that. And
but ain't that what Kobe taught us? Kobe Bryant taught us to sacrifice.
They don't give up. These motherfuckers already
But you just said shout out to Kobe.
Mamba forever.
Why are we not following what he taught us?
Why are other people not? I mean, that's a great question.
We have a greater responsibility. All right, Phil, that's all the time we have.
Come on, man. Read some more of them emails, man. I like that shit.
That's it. Nobody else want to talk about you.
All right, that's cool.
Boy, you just trying to get your head on the platter right now.
Listen,
everybody like your little voice.
Everybody can tell you. Phil don't need nobody to push his head.
Oh, yeah, you do, because you sure was smiling big.
No, I didn't expect it. It was cool.
Why? People listen.
I didn't say that.
People in India loving you.
Neighborhood.
People in Guatemala saying Phil sounds like...
my auntie from Guatemala. Shout out Auntie Carla.
She's not either.
Yes,
what?
She is. My auntie's from Guatemala. On my mama. Yeah, my mama's oldest. Yeah, my Auntie Carla is from Guatemala.
I would love to ask you. I don't believe that. Nope.
I'm my mama's oldest.
What she cook? What do they cook in Guatemala?
I mean, they cook. She speaks fluent.
What do they speak? The French?
Spanish?
I don't know. I don't know any Guatemalans. Shout out to Guatemalans who are listening.
Yeah, shout out to Guatemala for sure.
Everybody like you. I'm glad they appreciate you. So we picked the right person.
You did.
Well, you were the part of it.
For sure.
Because you're intelligent. This right up in here. I'm up in here, Tina.
I'm just Phil.
And I'm going to need you not to talk about my candle no more. I appreciate that.
Listen, you fucked up. Talk about weed, nigga. You.
Don't. We're going to talk about that for the next 8 episodes. He going to drink my liquor. But man,
I'm coming with a bottle next time. Listen, I had the bottle in the car. He talking about what's that going to do. All right.
And I'm coming with more candles.
This man got a dummy bar like I'm trying to have, but I drink too much to have a bar like that.
I drink too much. That's why I have a bar.
He buy 2-3 bottles at a time, though. It's big baller right here.
Well, when you work 1.2 million. No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay, right. Talk your shit.
I'm not.
Talk your shit.
Listen, I got a hook up here where I can use a food stamp card and buy liquor. I'm just saying.
What you said. Welcome to Kansas City.
Gang, gang.
Yeah, that part.
Gang, gang. Well, anyway, episode 2 with Phil, the new king of the village. He's the true king. Make sure, where can they find you, first of all? Because y'all need to go support this brother. He's doing stuff. You got Instagram, Twitter. We know you ain't got no OnlyFans page. Where can they find you?
We're not going to have no OnlyFans.
If you ain't got no pages for people to find you, bro, to support you, you got pages, don't you?
Tell them to support the podcast. That's where they're going to find me at.
So you ain't got no...
What they want my socials? I don't need 1,000. Listen, support the podcast. That's
I like how private.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to support the podcast.
You are like talking to Denzel Washington. He said it's about the work. It's not about me.
Yeah, it's not about me at all. Just know it's Phil.
Shooter Phil.
That part.
All right, we getting out of here. We are ready to win over our time. Thanks for being a part of this again for Kings of the Village. On episode 22, we're going to be talking about more black stuff, more black people, more things that are popping off in the news. Just make sure you go out and wash your hands. Don't listen to Trump. Because don't listen to Phil either. Wear that mask.
Go to the hair store and get you a KN95. Stop wearing them cute ass masks. Stop wearing that.
Nope, we wearing a Gucci mask.
Stop wearing that shit in the pack with 50. If you're not around people, okay, that's cute to get in the store. But when you get around folk and you gotta really I don't know what type of jobs y'all work, but get those surgical masks. Get those KN95s, those N95s. You can find them. The hair stores got the KN95s by the packs. $5 a pop. It's worth your life. Go get a real mask. Wear a real mask. Neighborhood.
That music means it's time to get out of here. Phil, I enjoyed all of these episodes. We're gonna do this again.
Wait till we get the visuals though.
I'm ready for it.
It's lit.
I believe you. I trust you. You help us with that. We already got a YouTube page, by the way, Kings of the Village. But then we'll add the live streaming so you can see everything. Hopefully we'll be in a prettier studio. So join us anyway on iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and you can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr.
That part.
For Shooter Phil, I'm Stephion. Go out and make it a perfect evening. Have a good weekend and keep drinking.
Hey, drink one for me.
Until you throw up.
Neighborhood.